Hey there. As you can probably see, it's quite wet. It rained a lot. I'm even wearing my rainy boots because they can get all wet and muddy, and I don't mind. So today I wanted to talk to you about something that's been on my mind quite a lot actually, and it's about being addicted to productivity. And I think a lot of scientists are actually addicted to productivity, to achievements, to get those papers published, get even more papers, doing even more tasks, being even more, achieve more in our profession. And I think a lot of researchers are experiencing this, and not only the young researchers but also the supervisors, right? Because they maybe even more because that's what they have to do, right? To strengthen their dominant position in their respectable field, they need to achieve more and more. And it's actually the biology is actually quite interesting because whenever we achieve something, whenever we finish something, there's this release of dopamine in our brain, right? Which is a sort of pleasure in the pleasure center of our brain. And every time that happens, you also want more, want to do more because it's sort of, super satisfying. So you want to have that again, and that's of course sort of it's a definition basically from being addicted. And that of course happens also when you achieve a lot of stuff, all these things you have to do in science. And I think a lot of people are addicted to that. And the addiction, I think it's even, they did this experiment with rats, I think. And the rats had to push a lever, and they got stimulated in their pleasure center in the brain that release dopamine. And they would actually push that lever so many times. They preferred it over food, over rest, over anything. So they pushed themselves basically, they stimulated themselves basically to death. So just to see how strong it is, right? We're not rats, but in our biology there's the same process going on. So it is very, very, very hard to tackle. But whenever you are addicted, let's say, let's admit I was one of them. Whenever you're addicted to productivity and those achievements, then it takes a lot of you. You don't find any rest. You don't. You keep on going. You constantly want more or want to do better. And that's of course very distracting for you as a person. You don't get to refuel in time. You don't get to relax a bit. And I was just wondering about that, if more people experience that, because I hear it a lot, and sometimes it's very, very subtle, so you don't know often that you definitely are addicted to it. And that's also whenever you feel yourself, whenever you think like, I have to be more efficient, I have to be more productive and try and do all these efficiency tips and all, that's definitely a sign that it might be so that you're a bit addicted to being productive. So I'm challenging you or inviting you to this week really try and reflect upon your addiction, or to what extent you're addicted to productivity. there's a lot wind. I'm gonna turn around. So maybe you are finding out that you're quite addicted to it, and also try and see if your supervisors are addicted to productivity, because that is of course a very hard and strong driving force that makes us constantly work overtime and work more and do more and better. So let's just see whether you recognize this or not, and also if you recognize it in supervisors. It would be very interesting. Please leave a comment in the section below. I'm very curious about what you've experienced. Please share, and I will see you next time.